Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Event Mobile's webinar on data analytics. Thank you so much for your time to join us today. It is indeed a pleasure to have you all on this call. So, as we all know, experiential marketing is the latest buzz when it comes to marketing, and more and more larger brands and organizations are now trending towards experiential marketing. And one of the biggest advantages of doing that is that you are in direct contact with your audience. Your audience is looking at your products hands on, listening to you hands on, and it's the most face time that you will ever get with your direct audience, with the people you want to interact with, and the people who actually make the difference. So just to give a quick introduction, my name is Varun. I have been with Event Mobile for over 6 years now. Uh, been working in the event space. We've been evolving our product as well as learning a lot about the industry. And over the last 6 years, I've seen this industry transition from a totally paper-based industry where people were just running around with mics and papers, etc., to a totally transformed technology focused industry where everything is spot on, bang on with the time, with the apps, with technology, registration, personalized itinerary, and so much to add to the overall attendee and organizers event experience that it has totally transformed the way we are managing events, the way we're organizing events, and the way attendees expect the experience to be when they come to an event. They don't expect you to be making any mistakes anymore. Earlier mistakes were kind of granted. So some of the key takeaways from today's webinar is how popular events have become as a marketing medium. As we already kind of touched base on that, we'll talk a little more and we'll show you a few statistics on how larger brands and corporations globally are using events more and more as one of their strong marketing mediums. And then cutting to the most important part, one of the biggest parts of marketing is the ability to understand how that marketing campaign went. Who were the people who actually liked the campaign? Who were the people that actually clicked on what you sent out to them? Who were the people who actually browsed your product, browsed your website, researched a little more about you, learned a little more about you, and then identifying who's the actual dark lead out there, using those data analytics, using that data, trying to surface out those dark leads from the unknown, and that's what we've been doing with all the web campaigns that you guys do. You've got great CMS modules, you've got like the best websites, the best analytics tools behind your websites to do all that. But when it comes to events, are you actually using technology to surface those leads? I mean, you're putting in so much money, you're creating this great platform for people to actually come and see your brand, actually touch and feel your company, your organization, your services, your products. And if we're not getting data back from this marketing medium, then that's a huge loss as far as the overall marketing campaign is concerned. Because, you might have some of the best leads at this event, and that was the whole purpose of the event, but you don't even know who they were. So we'll touch more on how you can surface those dark leads up, how you can get these people, how you can reach back out to these people, different mechanisms, different methods of finding these people using the mobile applications, as well as other, peripheral technologies that come around with that. We'll also talk about some benefits that event apps are, adding to the overall technology and the overall event experience that attendees are getting at events these days. And at the end of the day, what are the different types of data that are available? You have a 10,000 people event, you'll get like a bulk of data, but you want to filter that data into relevant data that actually makes difference. I mean, you can get tons and tons of data. You can be bombarded with data, but then that does not help you. You need filtered data, absolutely formatted data, the one that makes the difference. You should be able to find it easily. You should be able to use it easily, and that's where analytics and the different types of data, and then at the end of the day, how you can use that data to make different decisions. So as we said, events and exhibitions have become a key feature in marketing strategy of brands. So a quick statistic by EventTrack: 89% of consumers feel that live events are most effective medium to increase product understanding, and it's very simple. we are human beings. We have five senses, and two major senses are the sense to see and feel, and only at live events can you actually touch and feel a product. There's no other way. I mean, you can have multiple TV ads, you can have a billboard on Times Square, but people can't touch that. People can't interact with you. People can't talk to you. People can't ask you direct questions. People hate getting on the phone to ask questions. I mean, people hate those automated dialing machines and they hate that process. But at an event, they're there. They're with you. They can see, they can feel, they can touch your product, and they can talk to you. So that's the first statistic. Moving forward, how popularity of event marketing is changing things. So more brands are measuring event and experiential marketing products. Why are they doing that? The comparative study of 2013 and 2014, 78% of brands in 2014 are measuring their data coming back from events compared to 71% in 2013. And that just tells you how the game of events, how this whole platform, how the world of events is evolving and changing the way marketers are running their events. So some more statistics on how event marketing is helping improve ROI ratio for top brands. So top brands are realizing that 2014, 14% of brands said they saw greater return at events, as well as the event budget saw 5.4% growth with leading brands in 2014. So these are all statistics that are kind of showing us how larger brands, how companies are moving towards events, how they're increasing their event expenditure, and obviously the reason they're doing that is because they are getting some data back from these events that is showing them a huge success when they're doing these events. I mean, only will you put budget into something that is successful, only will you increase budget into something that is actually succeeding. Nobody puts money into a sinking ship. So more events, more data. With increase in events, you will have huge volume of data, and we all know that. So we all just spoke about that. The more events you do, the more data you get. But the number one point is, are you getting data in the first place? Are you getting that data? I mean, are you running any kind of technology? Are you running data analytics with respect to your event or not? So that is number one. Number two is, are you getting too much data? Are you getting totally overwhelmed with it? I mean, do you not know what to do with this data now? I mean, like, I've got like these 50,000 Excel sheets. How do I go through them? How do I find the right people? How to find the dark leads? So those are two different points. So the impact of big data is one of the top five trends impacting exhibitions and events. Is the whole fact that all events are now moving towards this technology or different tools to extract as much data as they can. Because I mean, that's the most important data probably from a marketing experience that any event has, and they're trying to extract as much data. And the whole point of extracting this data at the end of the day is to surface those dark leads that you did not even know exist. I mean, like, from an exhibitor's point of view, from a company's point of view, for everyone. I mean, like, the event is supposed to be a success marketing strategy, not just for the organizers, but even for people who are participating in the event, for exhibitors, for attendees, for everybody. So there are different mediums with which you can collect event data, and there are more. These are some of the mediums that there are, like registration system. You can ask different questions during the registration form when they're filling out the registration form. Social media interaction. I mean, we're no strangers. All of us are no strangers to this. As a marketing person, we already know the importance of social media. And then experiential marketing, event apps. I mean, if you don't have an event app in 2015, number one, good morning. This is 2015. You need an event app. I mean, where are you? If you're still using paper forms, if you're still having people go back and fill the surveys over emails for you and all that, you're missing out on a huge opportunity out here. People don't like to go back and fill surveys. People hate doing that. People hate getting those feedback calls. Do it spot on at the event. Send them a message, send them a push alert on the event app. Please rate the survey, get points towards gamification, win a free Xbox 360. I would rate that survey if I get that message. So how does an event app help in collecting data? So roles of event apps and data analytics are various. So some of the trends in events and exhibitions are streamlined delivery of communications, lesser use of paper and ink, easy networking and interaction among the participants, a very secure way of delivering content as apps include authentication and various security features. We are also partners as Event Mobile. Just to give you a quick background, Event Mobile is a 7-year-old product. We're one of the highest rated products when it comes to app security and data security. We're working with some of the largest banks and Fortune 50 brands across the USA as well as the world. They're even working directly with the United Nations and some of their larger, some of the largest UN bodies globally. So security is again very important. I understand. I mean, especially some of the people on this webinar today are from, banks or from credit card companies, stuff like that, financial services, insurance services. I understand. Even healthcare and pharmaceuticals. I understand how important data security is, and I understand the concerns of putting all that data on an event app. But event apps can be made secure. Event apps can be made as secure as any tool you use in a secure environment. So we're partners with the likes of Mobile Good, AirWatch for MDM tools. These tools help encrypt event apps. These tools help make these apps extremely secure, as well as give you the facility to remove live data, etc., etc. So there's a ton of things that can be done to make the app secure. And at the end of the day, you need an event app, and that's the best mechanism for you to get the best analytics, because these are location-based devices. They're on mobile devices, which are location-based. We've got iBeacons to track not just what the user is doing, but even where they're going, what they're doing, which exhibitor they're spending the most time with, which session they're spending the most time with on, kind of questions they're asking, which speaker is getting the highest amount of hits, which session presentation is getting the highest amount of downloads and shares, what are the trends during the event, what session is getting highest amount of trends on the social feed, etc., etc. So there's just unlimited amount of avenues for you to get data back, from the event. So some of the type of data again that is produced is number of active users, number of downloads. These are the standard, data. I mean, but this data can get extremely advanced, and it can take you to really identify those dark leads. So, from the profile data, you can see we have a field called add tags to your profile that allows attendees to add tags. Like, if it's a mobile technology conference, I, as Brewing Kashyap, would add tags like mobile analytics, mobile marketing, stuff like that. And when you're looking at this data from the analytics point of view, you can see those tags and you can see what that user's interests were. That gives you that intrinsic detail of that person. Okay, this is what this person was interested in. This is what he was looking at when he was at the event. Number of exhibits checked. Which exhibitor did they spend the most time on? What kind of products are these people interested in? One great thing is, how much hits did your sponsors get? I mean, those guys are putting in money to your app. The ability to go back to them with tangible data is like, like a magic wand in the hand of people who are out getting these sponsorships. It's like, hey, we got you like 10,000 website hits just from the mobile app. We have people spending like so many hours on your web page just by coming from the mobile app. That's a great great data to have, as well as using surveys and polls during the event, during sessions, to get more data, get data back from the attendees. I mean, the app is the best and the easiest way of making people do what you want them to do, directing them in the direction you want them to go. And we have features like gamification that give people points for various activities that they do on the app. So when they answer a survey, when they submit a poll, when they post a question to the speaker, give them an incentive, give them points for that, give them something that shows them, hey, if I do this, I can get this. Obviously, the social wall is a great place for them to position themselves as thought leaders, and that's another great place for you to identify speakers for your next event. I mean, you might find this great person who's posting this amazing thread of thoughts on the social wall, really amazing data, really cool stuff, and that could be your next potential speaker. Similarly, people could be communicating on the social wall, and you could see, okay, this person was looking for this product, or this person was looking for this service, and he's working on that on the social wall. Let's reach out to this person. So, a number of ways of surfacing these dark leads, and you get a deeper insight into the participants' behavior. As I said, by analyzing the popularity of the sessions, exhibitors, sections, you can improve your sessions. You can see what are the kind of questions that people were asking, what were the speakers missing in their presentations, etc. And then the most popular exhibitor, the most popular, product, etc. So obviously you can make real-time changes. So one of the key elements that we provide is iBeacons. It's pretty cool. It's a hyperlocal tool. It uses Bluetooth to connect to devices that are in its range. And that not only gives you the ability to connect with these people who are in a certain section of the event and send them push alerts and send them notifications and give them a totally personalized experience, but it also allows your exhibitors to connect with them. And in real time, you can get a heat map from your floor to see which part of your exhibit floor is getting a lot of traffic and which part is not. And then you can go ahead and make these changes. You can move a beverage counter next to the area where people are not getting a lot of traffic, or you can hold a evening cocktail reception in that area so that people who didn't get a lot of traffic got a lot of traffic. As well as you can use tools like scavenger hunt, where people have to go around the floor to strategically place these beacons, which people have to find to complete the scavenger hunt in places so that people actually cover the entire show floor. So these are different ways analytics can help you. Obviously, determining new interest areas of attendees from the questions that they ask, from the polls that they submit, from the surveys that you ask, from the way they are navigating through the app and through the show floor. And what kind of incentives can be added? That is also another thing that people understand is what kind of incentives can you add to make people enjoy the event more, to make people interact and adapt and engage more, and to make the event more successful in the future. As I said, identifying influential profiles on the social, on the stuff that they're posting, providing ROI metrics to sponsors and exhibitors, as well as planning new event strategies. So these are some of the reports that are available from the event to mobile content management system. These include stuff like session ratings, reviews, attendance, Q&A, session polls, number of connections that were set up via the application. Very important tool. You even provide a connection chart that looks really cool. It's like this web of connections that are forming. Gives you it helps you measure the success of your event. Like 1,000 people made new connections at that event. That makes it a very successful event. So these are some sample formats of analytics that are provided from our dashboards. Total number of session check-ins gives you the idea of the attendance of that session, total notes taken, accepted questions, surveys, polls, etc. Posts that were published to the social wall, which are the top speakers, who are the top contributors, etc. Detailed session reports, you can even download them to Excel files, as well as different module reports of the different modules of the app. So we even integrate with Google Analytics and Flurry to provide you more click analytics on which part of the app was clicked more and different, overall analytics. And as I said, which part of the app was most viewed. This is a pretty cool tool to have. So even when you're designing your app strategy for your next event, here you can decide, this is very important. People love this. We need to enhance this feature. Okay, people didn't use this. Why didn't they use this? We can maybe make a bit of change to this feature, make it more useful. Even sessions by top OS versions gives you an idea whether you need a new platform for your next event. Maybe you just did iOS and Android at this event, and you saw a lot of people, trying to access from devices that are Windows Phone, and they ended up going to the mobile website because you did not have a native app for that. So these kind of things give you a deeper insight how you can make the experience of attendees better, and a lot of additional data, returning users versus new users. So these are some of the successful clients that we have. People who've been using Events Mobile, people who've been extremely happy. We've got multiple, uh, you know, references, multiple testimonials, and as I said, we're one of the largest enterprise mobile applications for events and conferences, and we take events very seriously. We take data analytics very seriously, and I think anybody who's in this industry at the moment needs to do that to make their events that much more successful. So what are the key takeaways from today? How events are becoming an integral part of the marketing strategy, how apps can help in streamlining the event proceedings, how apps are helping with collection of huge amount of data and then streamlining and filtering and getting the right amount of data that you can find, that you can use for real benefit. Data analytics by the app, how they help you in proper planning of your events, of your future events, and how apps help you to have a positive impact on your ROI. So, please feel free to ask any questions right now. You can raise your hand. You can type in the chat box. I'm going to unmute everybody over here. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask right now. In case, okay, I see a hand go up. So one of the questions is, how long does it take to set up an app? So the apps, Event Mobile usually takes anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks to set up a new app. And it is a completely branded app. It will be totally branded for your organization. It is a multi-event solution. That is correct. Good question. It is a multi-event solution, so you can host all your employee events. It can definitely integrate with your internal systems, with your current event management systems or your CRMs. What are you looking to integrate? Thanks for asking that question. So I see another question coming in, which is what is the standard pricing or the average pricing for Event to Mobile? So Event to Mobile starts from somewhere around $7,000 and upwards, depending on any additional integrations. But the standard apps for the iPhone and Android devices come for about $7,500. And then there is different licensing models that can help you save more if you're doing multiple events using Events to Mobile. Do we integrate with Good and Mobile Line? Yes, we do. I think I mentioned that a little earlier as well. But yes, we have a very big team behind Event to Mobile. We're actually one of the largest teams behind any event app, and we do integrate with both Good as well as Mobile Iron. We've just recently done one of the largest banking events in the United States. We even did the Charles Schwab Impact event. So we do a lot of secure financial apps. So definitely we integrate with both. We are actually partners with both Good and Mobile Iron. So that's definitely. Locations, yes, as you can see on the map right now, we are global, so we can provide you support in any part of the world. APAC, New York, Europe, we have offices in London, so we can provide you local support anywhere you have. We have, 24/7 support if needed at events. You can always ask for that, and we can provide you on-site support as well. Any other questions? Well, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate your time for joining us today. My colleagues will be posting this webinar to our website. So please do feel free to visit our website and view the recording of this webinar or share it with any of your colleagues who missed out joining us today. My contact details will be shared with you. You have the contact details of the company. You can give us a call. You can reach out to us. And we'll be happy to schedule like a more detailed in-person demo for you guys or an online demo to give you like a more detailed look at the actual app and see how we're providing you. We can even show you different analytic reports that we have from different events, etc. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We look forward to working with you and listening from you in future and talking to you in future webinars. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye.